How do you know when you're good at something when you never compete or know where you're at?
Maybe if you're hitting the target.
Exactly.
I didn't learn how to ride bike until I was like 12.
Oh,
I was on training wheels the whole time.
God.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me anymore. Can't even ride a bike.
You might get canceled.
Welcome back, everybody, to another amazing episode of the Careful Boys.
Careful Boys. Yes.
Careful Boys,
Yeah.
where Joe Wong is still here with us. Yo.
Joe Wong.
I refuse to leave.
Yeah, you're staying with us. You're here for a while.
I didn't realize I've been playing with this cockroach.
You want to turn it on?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, turn it on.
You can turn it on.
Wait a minute. What,
Put it on the
It
table.
dances.
That's one of
dances?
Ryan's
Oh, I
toys.
didn't know. I just saw this and some hot sauce.
Crystal hot sauce.
Really Chinese,
I
right?
know.
You're like,
Whoa.
Oh yeah, Chinese street food.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang.
Oh,
Well,
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know if I like that much.
yeah. All right.
loud.
Yeah. How do you turn this off then?
Yeah, cool.
Oh.
Sounds like someone's getting a haircut or playing with a vibrator.
Yeah.
There it is.
Or both.
So what's something you guys got good at real quickly, and then later on we talk about something that you still suck at even though you've been doing it forever?
I think jujitsu is something I suck at, even though I've been doing it forever.
That totally answers the question. That's a good one, Joe.
Thank you.
It's the first time you stuck with the prompt right away.
That was in like one sentence.
That was crazy. He like repeated the thing to give context.
Yep, I learned it.
Stretch it.
Usually I like to start with comedy, but then I went straight to the serious.
Straight to the facts.
Yeah. Because I like to, whatever question he has, I like to don't get and say your question.
Now's the time to use hammer.
He dominated that question. Good shit.
Oh, yeah.
He smashed that question down.
What about something you got good at really quickly, Joe?
I never.
Oh.
I know, yeah. That's a good talent.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one, too.
I don't think I've ever got I'm natural. I got good at anything quick ever.
For real.
Yeah. I think it might be like short time because I've spent like if I get into something, I'll just be like, 10 hours every day.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you learned how to jump on that bike and do that at what, like 10 days? And it's like, well, yeah, but I didn't spend 1 hour a day on it.
Yeah.
You know, but there's people that just like, I watch the progression, like they haven't even tried this before. And then they'll start like doing surfing or golf or something and they just get right on. And I'm like, what the dude, how do you know your body so good? Yeah.
I don't think I'm great at either of these things, but to your point, I picked up piano during COVID, and that was like the only thing I was doing during that period of time. So I think I progressed pretty quickly because that was it.
you can still play it.
Yeah, I can play.
She
I
plays
still
on her
play now.
Instagram sometimes. It's sick.
You just picked that up
Yeah.
during COVID.
Yeah, I was like, well, what else am I gonna do? I might as well do something that I've been.
But it looked
wanting
like
to
you've been
learn.
playing like since your childhood. Like it looked like, so that is a quick
No,
pickup.
that's self-taught. during
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh, that's cool.
That and archery.
You're like John Lennon, you know.
Huh?
You're like John Lennon.
No, I would not consider myself.
Yeah, but John Lennon.
She says it off. She says she is off camera.
Yeah,
Like
off
self-taught.
camera. Off camera though. Yeah.
She talks about how good she is at piano all the time. I'm like, shut up, Kalyne.
Yeah, piano and archery. I'd say those two. I'd
Self-taught.
say I'm like self-taught. Wouldn't say I'm great at it, but decent enough to be passable.
So archery, you mean like you really can shoot something?
Yes.
Hit the target.
Oh wow.
How do you know when you're good at something when you never compete or know where you're at?
Well, maybe if you're hitting the target.
Exactly.
Or if you could do the hard thing, if doing the hard things come easy.
Yeah.
So if you're like at a 3-point line and you're just going like this and 100 baskets are going in, you're like, I think I'm good at basketball.
Yeah, I think this is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like Joe, dude. I feel like everything I've done, I was awful at. And there was always a stage of like, man, do I even want to keep doing this fucking thing? Because I know that like, dude, this is going to take forever. Or I get just mad frustrated. I remember the first time I was like, dude, I'm going to be so good at skateboarding. I got a skateboard. I was like, this is perfect. As soon as I hopped on a skateboard and I felt how unstable it was, I was like,
Yeah.
fuck this shit.
Scary.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe people do this.
You didn't like tighten the trucks or anything like that?
Just even rolling on it. I was like, this is not what I imagined skateboarding to be. This is not for me. And I just, you know, it took me forever to learn how to ride a bike. I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was like 12. Don't
When
laugh.
did you start?
Were you on training wheels for that whole time?
Yeah, kinda. I was on training wheels the whole time.
Oh,
And it was sad. It was, yeah, I know. It's fucking sad, isn't it?
God.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me anymore.
You might get canceled.
Can't even ride a bike. No.
Hey, you want to know something embarrassing about skateboarding?
But
I didn't learn how to stand and ride a skateboard for the longest time. And then when all of my friends were like doing that and already kick flipping, I was still riding on my knees.
oh, for real?
Yeah, like you know when you're a kid,
Yeah.
you hold onto the board and you have your knee. So all of my friends are riding and I'm in the back like the dog,
You're just
on
like
my
Quasimodo, just like following
pushing with the back leg. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a way to learn how to skate. I wish I knew that when I was like in 5th grade, trying to learn how to skateboard.
That's how kids kind of ride, and then you ride standing up.
I learned how to ride on a longboard. That's how I learned how
It's
to
a
ride.
bit easier, smoother.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I get this. This makes a lot of
Those little
sense.
wheels are fucking
Hell
bumpy.
yeah! And then you hit that tiniest little crack, and you're like, that's not right.
Throws you off.
I must have a shitty skateboard or something. That's what I thought. I was like, this skateboard probably sucks. It's not me. I blame the skateboard. Yeah.
What about you, Joe, Mr. Bicycle Extraordinaire?
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell?
Do you know how to ride a unicycle with like 5 people on top of you and stuff?
You probably spinning the plates.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chinese.
I know how to do it, but I can't. Just kidding.
How does that work?
Technically, it's just balance. But I think the quickest thing I learned is probably swimming. It just came really easy when I was in probably junior high or.
Did you have an instructor or you just?
No instructor. You know, just a bunch of friends got into the river and we just started to swim.
What?
Yeah, and later on we
Shit,
learned
that's
that-
scary as fuck.
Yeah, it was like river. Later on, my mom told me that was the stretch of the river. My mom's hospital dumped there like wastewater from their pneumonia clinic. You know, that's
Oh
how
my
I learned
God.
I learned how to swim. You know?
You should have like a superpower or something.
Yeah, but then that's
Swimming.
why later on.
That's what you got out of it. That's it.
Look at my power swimming.
Yeah,
Fingers are all webbed. You're like, whoa.
exactly.
Learning to swim in like live water.
That's
is
crazy.
Crazy, because there's already emotion.
It's not even live water, it's like live feces.
Bacteria.
Waves, and also the most scary part is the swirl. You know, it's just the
Oh my
river that
God.
really sucks you in there. You know,
It's
you have
just
to-
like in whirlpools and rapids.
yeah. Yes, those are really scary. You have to swim, you watch it, swim around it. You know, but then
That's crazy.
That's why I used to have a friend. He was a lot stronger than me. Once we went to this reservoir, and he thought, oh, if Joe can swim, I can do it too. Man, halfway through, he just started to drown.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Yeah, he just drank a lot of water. Finally, we made it to
The pneumonia?
Yeah, and then he just couldn't swim back. We ended up having to climb the cliff on the other side. Yeah, just in our like swim trunk, you know, we just got scratched out.
So that's when you knew you're like, yo, I'm good at swimming.
Yeah, but I don't swim really fast, but I know how to do it.
Keep yourself in there.
Wow.
Wow. That's a big deal.
Wow.
We're gonna need more China stories from you in a
Yeah,
bit.
You got a ton of China stories.
Yeah.
What about you, Barton?
I don't think I learned anything really fast. Oh, but one thing I did realize, so this is not a traditional skill, but I realized I recognize patterns really fast.
That's
That's why you're good at analogies.
Yeah, maybe. So this is the weird part where like I remember being a kid, I'm like, oh man, I noticed like all Pizza Huts have Taco Bells next to them. Or I would see like certain brands, I'm like, oh, they would never carry that at Target because Target only carries these type of things. Or Foot Locker don't have these brands. And I would just notice how like the way like the world operated, or I'll see like how two brands have a collab. And, oh, that makes perfect sense. And I would just like, yeah, it was just a weird way of like seeing the world. It was weird. Like I noticed that as a small kid, I would just see like little weird things like that. Like would be like if like let's say Toyota made a cell phone, oh, that's gonna fail for sure. But then if Apple made a cell phone, that's probably gonna make it. And I would just see like little things, and I just saw really weird patterns. Yeah, it was weird. It's not like a technical skill or anything.
Yeah, I still don't get that stuff, you know. Yeah. Like if somebody says to me, "Hey, you know, let's go get some boba tea at Target," I would believe them.
Yeah. They might have it now, where it's like to go pack yeah.
And then what's so weird is it's actually a visceral feeling.
Oh.
So if I heard someone go, "Let's go get boba tea at Target," it would feel like someone scratching the chalkboard to me. Oh. I'm like, that would never fucking happen. Oh God, stop saying that.
Who are you stupid?
It's almost like someone playing.
You
like
are
a chord.
autistic.
Yeah, like someone playing a chord and then hitting the wrong key.
Yeah.
Like bang.
It's so apparent.
Yeah, it's so apparent to me, but I'm like, how does and no one else see it? And it's always
Wow.
Yeah.
What else is like?
Like, you know, like McDonald's and Coke?
Yeah.
If someone was like, "Oh, I ordered a Pepsi at McDonald's," they would never have Pepsi at McDonald's. McDonald's sponsors the Olympics, so does the Coke sponsors the Olympics. They would never have a Pepsi product there, and I would
It's a conflict of interest.
I would feel it, like I would just feel how the patterns of the world works.
Wow.
And if I felt something, it feels like crazy. Weird, right?
By the way, when you
that's
walk down,
autism.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty cool.
It is.
My other question is, when you walk down a hallway, do you count the tiles?
I used to as a kid.
Ew. Wow, that's.
I do random stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in my head.
When I would like poop in like school bathrooms, I used to like. Did you guys ever have like that whole magic eye thing where you kind of like look cross-eyed and then there's like three
yeah.
images? So I would like let my eyes get cross-eyed, and then what would happen is like the lines of the tiles start look like they're racing.
That's the ecstasy, Bart.
No, this is pre-ecstasy. This is like 3rd grade, dude.
Oh, okay.
And it looked like you know those photographs that they take of freeways of like at night where they open the shutter, so it's like
Long
all red
exposure.
lines, all the way up to the exposure. That's what the tiles would look like. It looked like everything's racing. I'm like, whoa, they're fucking racing below me. And I'm just taking a shit.
That's funny.
That's such a guy thing.
It's retardation.
Wow.
What about you, Anthony?
I mean,
Sex having?
Yeah, just gyrating those hips.
Just such a natural since birth.
Getting girls' numbers all the time.
birth.
Just came out of the womb.
I'd probably just say like dancing. Like,
Oh.
and it's one of those things where even like to talk about your question, like how do you like know when you're good at something type thing. It's like when people start telling you like you're good at that, and then there's that just collective. I don't know if I'm good, but you're good, and if you're saying I'm picking this up really quick, I guess that means I'm picking it up really quick. And then if multiple sources are giving that to you, then you're like, maybe I'm kind of good at this. Maybe I should keep going a little bit. Maybe I should push myself a little harder. And then it just became a thing, you know? For whatever reason, I was able to pick certain things up really quickly. I don't know if it was also pattern recognition.
For dancing?
Yeah, like body mechanics, just an awareness.
Certain styles that gravitated towards you more than the other styles?
Well, I mean, I was just like at that time when I was like really starting to like fall in love with it and be really passionate. I was just like, I loved the hip hop culture of it. So that like means that I went not into just like commercial choreography movement, but like I was learning breaking, I was learning popping and tutting, and waving. I was learning locking even. I was like trying different things that were just like associated with the culture, because I was like, oh dang, like these are really cool, or these are dope funk styles and stuff. Because the music was just like, if I like that music, I got to be able to dance whatever the dance style is to that music specifically. So if it's like a break beat, then it's like I should learn some break steps in order to like dance the right way to that song. But then if a funk song came on, like I want to learn how to like lock or pop or something like that. And then I never got great at everything, but I was like good enough at everything that it was kind of like, oh, I guess I can do this. And then, you know, when something starts to become a part of your identity, then you like you like really are motivated to get really good at something, you know, because people are like, oh yeah, like you dance, or you're the dancer. And suddenly I'm like, oh shit, well if you're calling me that, I better be fucking good. So I just started like picking it up. But even like my first year being on like my competition team, I just remember that they didn't give like first years, like our newbies and whatnot, they didn't like give newbies opportunities to like choreograph for competition sets. But I just kept on fucking around, and then I remember like the directors came up to me like, hey, can you choreograph a section to our competition set? And I was like, what? That's crazy. So then I tried it, and like same thing. Like that particular, they gave me 2 8 counts, but in my 2 8 counts, all I thought to myself was like, I better like blow it up. And then ironically, I did. And people, you know, it's like one of those things where after the competition, and we won that one, hell yeah. But after the competition, people would be like, yo, that moment. And I was like, yo, I can make moments. So then that's what really made me fall in love with choreographing specifically, not just dancing. So I actually love choreographing more than I do just like dancing and performing. And it's like that just kind of kept me going. And that was in my first year of doing choreography.
Wow.
So I guess I got good at that really fast.
Were you getting paid for it?
No, this was not in college.
Oh, this college?
Like, yeah, that's when I first started. Because I started.
That's how you started
That was the
discovering.
catalyst.
Yeah,
So what-
I didn't have like dance training as a kid or anything. I wasn't thrown into a studio or any of that exposure. Copying Michael Jackson was like the only thing I was trying to do. And then that era of sea walking because of whatever.
I like Michael Jackson so much.
Yeah, me too. But the thing is, but when you say the choreography, how is that different from dancing? You actually
Choreographing is like
design
when
it?
you're, it's
Oh,
like dance
okay.
designing where you're putting together like phrases. And
okay.
more importantly, I think in the culture of choreography is that like, or at least in our culture of it, like people are doing it with you.
Oh.
So it's this really weird culture where a bunch of people get together and they're like, hey, let's all move the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
But
I
then
just
are
got
you?
addicted to that.
Yeah, but are you good at memorizing the choreography moves, or
Yeah.
you just
Creating and memorizing.
you saw it once and you can just do it, or
Sometimes, not
Oh.
not really like once, but
oh yeah.
easy stuff once, yeah, sure. But like
Uh-huh.
my choreography pickup is also like pretty fast as well.
Okay. Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what about stuff that you still suck at even though you do it?
Well.
Okay, everything.
Yeah. Where do you start? You know?
I feel safe for sucking at things and being a beginner. Because I like the feeling of, oh, this is new. What's this new thing? And then it's fresh. And you're learning everything and you're just amazed by everything.
Yep.
And when you know too much, that's when I'm really hard on myself.
Yeah.
Because it's like you know so much and then there's so many details and you get lost and you overthink it. And then you're like really down on yourself. And then,
Yeah,
I don't know.
being a beginner, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Yeah, and it's so fun. And you know, like
Yeah.
that, what is it called? It's not Dunning-Kruger, right? But it's like a graph like that, where in the beginning, you're hella like progressing quickly and all that. And then there's like
Plateau.
plateau and a huge slope. And then there's like another one. And it's a natural progression of learning something and getting into that state. I like this stage. And when it comes down to this stage, it's probably because I want to make money out of it.
Yeah. I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like, if I kept it with no strings attached and it was just a hobby, it would just always be here for me. Yeah. But
Yeah,
then-
that's where, like, that's like for me in golf. It's like, because I just started and I was starting at ground zero. I was like, I'm getting good really fast,
Yeah.
right? But then once you get to a certain level, then it's like you expect yourself to be great,
Yeah.
and you really just actually suck the whole time. And then you start getting pissed off,
Yeah.
and then it's like that's why you're gonna stay sucking.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's how I feel about cooking for me, because I really like cooking. But every time I eat something I make, I'm like, I don't even fucking want this anymore. Like for real, I'm like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, because you're like, it's not what I imagined.
It's like one thing is off, and I'm like, man, fuck this, dude.
Oh, I get like that
There's
too.
leftovers and shit, you know.
I can relate to that too, because I worked for a what was a soup kitchen, and then
Soup
I-
plantation?
No,
Plantation. I love soup.
Oh, an actual soup kitchen.
yeah, actually soup kitchen. So I cooked it there. I was like, okay, you know, and then I opened the doors, and those are outside smoking pot. I was like, how bad does my cooking smell? They have to smoke pot to work up an appetite. I was like,
Oh man, Joe's cooking again. Light it up.
We gotta get
Let's go,
faded
man.
before we eat this.
I took a bite. It was really bad. Just like, you know, I used to be a biochemist. I do experiments. You know, you're supposed to put every ingredient the same amount. But for some reason, when it comes to cooking, I'm just so bad at it. I don't know why.
What did you cook at the soup kitchen?
I just the chicken wings or something. The pretty normal stuff. But then I just taste bad. You see?
That's crazy. Yeah, you would think a biochemist would be hella good at cooking.
I know.
This is your wheelhouse. You're so precise.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I love that show. What was that? Dexter. Yeah, it was like, you know, it's got blood, got DNA. It's analyzing.
Have you tried baking?
Oh.
Yeah, that's more
Maybe
that's
baking is more
Yeah.
appealing.
Because I think cooking's
Maybe
so
you're too
much
precise,
emotions.
yeah.
Yeah, because cooking is very subjective as far as like
Yeah.
taste, how you season it, how you do certain things. 'Cause it's not like a formula. I feel like baking is way more of a formula. It takes way more precision to
really?
to get it perfectly.
Yeah.
But I just feel baking is so boring though. Just stick it into the oven and that's it.
You mix it, bake it, and then you eat it, and you're like,
Joe wants to be in the kitchen.
Exactly. What if you walk
Tick, 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 tick. Ah, and then he's all like,